just sits there, a reporter from the New York Times, and how that person moves, and he equates people who are stupid with losers, even though people with intellectual disabilities can be real winners. So do you think the way Mr. Trump has talked about people with disabilities is presidential? And if you are elected president, what will your agenda be for people with disabilities?
Well, I have said at the time that he said these things, and since you asked, I will repeat again for you tonight, that I said that's not the way a president speaks, and that it's not the way a serious presidential candidate speaks. Absolutely not. Now, what I would do is much of the same things I've done in New Jersey. So let's talk about people with all different types of developmental disabilities. So in New Jersey, for instance, we have the highest autism rate of any state in America. It is an awfully difficult problem because we don't know why autism happens. There's lots of different theories out there about it, but no one has known anything definitive. And as you know, there are people at all places of the spectrum in terms of their developmental disability. What we've done in New Jersey, and this has been something that Mary Pat and I have worked on a lot together, because it's a cause we care about deeply, is to establish in our state, by law, that the policies work first. That we need to do everything we can from the beginning of the educational process all the way through to adulthood to get people trained so that they can work. Because no matter what your disability, whether it's very slight on the spectrum or very severe on the spectrum, almost everyone, except for the most severe cases, can do productive work. We just need to help train them to get there, and we need to inform employers of the value of these folks. And so we became, I think, the 15th work-first state in America. I'm proud of that. We have worked extraordinarily hard to make sure, through both our laws and our funding, that there's increased attention and funding for children and young adults with autism as they move out and age out of the system. That's the time when parents get most concerned. Third, we've put forward a policy that's moved away from institutionalization and moved towards group homes. Because we think that for most people, there are some people whose disabilities are so profound that they need to be in an institutional setting. But the overwhelming number of people in our experience can thrive, in fact, reach a fuller potential in a group home setting than they can in an institutional setting. So we've changed our policy to move more of our money away and close two institutions in New Jersey, but not cut the money. We've taken all the money we spent running those two institutions that we're closing, and we've moved it to building more group homes and supporting more group homes in the state. We need to move away from the idea that folks who have developmental disabilities of all kinds, they use autism as an example, but as you know, there's many others, that somehow those people cannot be productive members of our society, and moved away from the idea that somehow they're lesser, and that their dreams that their parents have for them is somehow not as valid as the dreams that I have for my children. All they want is for their children to reach their fullest potential, whatever that fullest potential is. And the job of our government is to try to assist those families in every way we can to make that happen. That's what I've done as governor of New Jersey, and that's exactly what I would do as president of the United States.